Top 10 personal branding mistakes that I see people make all the time. I do not want you to make those mistakes, so please watch this video to the very end so that you have a chance to build an amazing, unforgettable personal brand online and really grow it and scale it up to meet your goals. But before we dive into it, I wanted to introduce myself. In case you are new to my channel, my name is Alina. Super excited for you to be here, and if you are into multiple income streams, making money online, personal branding, all things social media, affiliate marketing, digital marketing, as well as a little bit of fashion and beauty, consider subscribing because I do post videos just like this one every single week. Okay, now let's get back into top 10 personal branding mistakes. Mistake number 1 is thinking that you do not even need to build a personal brand. And I see this happening all the time. People come on social media, people want to make money, people want to sell digital products or do affiliate marketing or do something else, network marketing, and they think that they don't need a personal brand. Personal brand is something that people say about you when you're not in the room. So all the things that associate in their mind with you. So let's say for me personally, I have people send me photos of beautiful tulle dresses and like all things pink and sparkles all the time and say, oh my gosh, I just saw this little cute shop and I thought about you instantly. That's personal brand. Okay, so if you take those associations and make it into something that you're really focused on and you're really particular about, and really mold it into something that you can use to bring more people to you, to bring more sales, to make more opportunities for monetizing and whatever it is that you want. That just makes more sense. Instead, I see people just throwing spaghetti at the wall, posting about whatever, being inconsistent and all things, and thinking that they don't need to build a personal brand and they do not need to get strategic about building a personal brand. So don't make that mistake. Get very focused and very particular about building that personal brand, and you're going to see results. Mistake number 2 is not knowing yourself and what you stand for. Okay, so personal brand is personal, right? So this is something that is unique to you. If you do not know who you are, what your values are, what your interests, what your passions are, what you really stand for, then it's not really a personal brand. I see this happen a lot on social media. People are just running around trying to imitate each other, trying to copy somebody else's content, trying to copy somebody else's style, posting random things that are not them. If you want to build a personal brand that will help you stand out online, that's the point. You want to stand out from the crowd. You don't want to blend in with everybody else. If you're building a brand just based on somebody else's, opinion of you or what you should be doing, that's wrong. Just drop that, really dive deep on who you truly are, what your values are, what you stand for, what your opinions are, what you really want to represent, and build that personal brand around it. Mistake number 3, I see that happen a lot. Again, just like everything else that I've mentioned, is picking the wrong niche. A lot of the times people go about picking the niche just based on what is popular right now, what is trending, what other people are doing, or they see people make money within that niche, so they dive right into it and they think that this is going to help them. But that's wrong. That's such a wrong approach to building a personal brand. I've actually done 2 videos on this, so I'm going to link them in the description box below so you can go watch them and really determine how to pick a niche and how to determine that you picked the wrong niche for your personal brand. So I'm not going to go too much into detail, but I'm going to give you an example. So for example, right now what's trending is making money online, digital products, digital marketing. You probably see it all the time, everywhere. And a lot of the times people go into this niche thinking that this is what they should be doing. They purchased a digital marketing course with master resale rights and that's their niche. That's so wrong, because they are not passionate about that niche. This is something that I see so many people do. It's almost painful, where you can feel the person is not genuinely enjoying or doesn't have the knowledge or expertise in what they're talking about, and that's where their personal brand is just not going anywhere. Their accounts are not growing, they're not making any money, they're not making any sales, they're not building a community because they are just in the wrong niche. Mistake number 4 is not knowing your target audience. So your personal brand is not just about you. In case If you want to really monetize it, make more sales, make money, bring in more customers, you need to know your target audience. You need to know that person on the other side of the screen that you're talking to through your personal brand. So if you do not know who that person is, you have a problem. You're going to try to talk to absolutely everybody and you're going to be attracting nobody. So when you are building that personal brand, that's one of the key foundational points. That is your target audience. This is something that you have to really nail down in order to grow a personal brand. Mistake number 5 is not knowing your angle. So a lot of the times people are starting a personal brand for the sake of starting a personal brand. They have no clue what they're doing. They have no clue why they're doing what they're doing. And that's where it's almost like you don't know where you're going. Like you're walking in the dark. You don't have that end destination. You don't have that point where you're actually going. So of course they kind of go from one side to the other side and they are lost, right? Without that map, you are going to get lost. So when you are starting a brand, you have to know that angle in mind. What do you want to achieve with building a personal brand? Do you want to monetize it? How? What are some of the avenues that you would like to take with monetizing your brand? How are you going to be making money? Or do you want to maybe build a community to pursue some kind of cause? Or maybe you are starting a charity. Like, what is the end goal for building that personal brand online? Mistake number 6 is choosing vanilla marketing. So vanilla marketing is where you're trying to appeal to absolutely everybody. So you don't have that clear identity and what you stand for. You don't have that foundation for your personal brand, so you're trying to appeal to absolutely everybody. You're scared to show up as yourself. You're scared to stand out from the crowd, but that's not the point of building a personal brand. Do not use that vanilla marketing approach. It's not going to get you anywhere. People are just going to swipe right past your content because you're just like everybody else. You're just another face in the crowd of social media. Choose the more personal, unique approach. Find those things that make you uniquely you, your messaging, your brand values, what you really stand for, your visuals, your brand voice. All those things need to be determined in order to build a sustainable personal brand that you can actually grow. And if you worry too much about what other people are going to think about you, then you probably should not be building a personal brand anyways. Truth is, you're going to appeal to some people that are going to be your tribe, and then you're going to repel other people. So there will be people that do not like you, do not understand you, do not vibe with your energy, and that is totally fine. So you have to come to peace with that idea that some people are just not going to like you, and that's totally fine. Mistake number 7 is being inconsistent. So being inconsistent in your visual identity, so not having that visual identity in place, being inconsistent across all the other social media platforms, so showing up as one person on YouTube and showing up as a different person on Instagram, that is not building a personal brand. Inconsistency, not having a content strategy, inconsistency altogether. So building a personal brand means you know exactly what you're saying, how you're saying it, what you look like, having clear visuals or visual representation for your brand, and keeping it consistent across all social media platforms. And that flows into mistake number 8, not having a clear visual identity. Some people say that this is not important. I cannot argue with them enough, because I personally think it is so important. This is how people recognize you from the crowd. Like, your visual identity is something that people pick out right away. So the colors that you use in your graphics, the things that you wear, your wardrobe, your accessories, your makeup, your visual identity of your brand is so important. All those things make you uniquely you. So if you ignore your visual identity and kind of like just put things together, even with your graphics, if you just put things together and use templates in Canva that all use different colors, how are people supposed to recognize you from the crowd and really come back to your brand? That doesn't make sense. You have to keep it consistent. I'm not saying that it has to be always pretty, but it has to be consistent. That visual identity has to be uniquely yours. Mistake number 9 is not sharing your story. A lot of the times people start building a personal brand and they want to show up as somebody else. They want to make things pretty. They do not really share the behind the scenes. They're not sharing how they got where they got. They do not share the personality, you know, like you have to show a little bit or a lot of your personality within your personal brand, because that's your brand. That's a personal brand for a reason, right? You have to share your story, where you came from, what your struggles are, where you're going, what your goals are. People are going to relate to that so much more than just showing the pretty pictures that are perfect, right? Our lives are not perfect, and even if yours is, share how you got there because I want to learn that too. So keep it real, keep it personal, share your struggles, share your wins. And that is how you build a personal brand and attract people to you. Mistake number 10 is not having a strategy. Like, you have to have a strategy for building a personal brand. You need to know what you're going to do with your content. You have to have a content strategy in mind. You have to have the strategy of where you're going, so the stepping stones, right? Like, you have to have a roadmap, how to scale up, how you are promoting your personal brand online. Everything needs a strategy, from your posting times to your content pillars to your target audience to where you're going. I don't even understand what people are doing if they don't have a strategy behind building a personal brand. It's like, again, I'm going to repeat myself, like throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping it sticks. That is not the business approach. That is not how you actually make money. That is not how you grow in social media. So you have to have a clear strategy in mind when you are starting a personal brand. And ideally, you have to figure out that strategy before you even start building a personal brand. So these are the top 10 mistakes. Hopefully you're not making any of them. And if you are, it's never too late to change things up. It's never too late to correct some of the things. And if you really want to get serious about building a personal brand online and really scaling up, really growing, I have created a personal branding bundle for people just like you that want to grow that personal brand and really meet their end goals. So if you are that person looking for help with personal branding, I'm going to link some information in the description box below so you can check it out. And I do have one that comes with master resale rights, so if you are into digital products and want to also add something to your inventory, it is also available. So, and if you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments or just shoot me a quick email. I always leave my email in the description box below. And if you are on social media, let's say connected, drop your social media handles in the comments. I'm going to be happy to follow you, and I'm going to leave my social media channels in the description box as well. And if you made it so far into this video and if you are loving what you see, you've got some value, consider subscribing to my channel because I do post videos just like this one every single week. And if you feel like sticking around and want to learn more about personal branding, why you need to build a personal brand, I'm going to link some videos in the description box below so you can keep on watching. Again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.